Welcome back to another Pokemon Falling Friday, home of the OG weekly market updates, where every Friday morning we go through last week's sales of sealed Pokemon products and Pokemon cards that are currently going down in price. We do also cover the big Pokemon news, like cards are set to get revealed, and we do have to do the question of the day. Since you guys have been having Mewtwo beat everybody, we got Mewtwo versus Batman, but Batman has 6 months of prep time. And we do have to give a quick thanks to our video sponsor, and that is METATCG. I did all the research and I found us the best possible website for you guys to trade your bulk in for some super rare cards or cash. Or you get even more if you trade it in for store credit. They are located in Arlington, Texas, and they make it so easy to do the Pokemon bulk submission. You just literally put exactly how many cards you have of each type of card. They only accept near mint. They even have a video showing you how to package up everything. So definitely check them out. I'll have all the links in the description. Then, of course, you guys want to try out PSA for your first time, click the link, use the code BEARD25, you get $25 off. Got to use a new email every time. And same thing with tag. Use the code BEARD102, you get 10% off your first submission. If you guys could do me a massive favor and download the FANATICS Collect app and go to Collect Originals and follow my channel on there. I will be live premiering my Falling Fridays and my Market Mondays hours before I post it on YouTube, 7 p.m. Central Thursday and 7 p.m. Central Sunday. And I'll be live in the chat. It's completely free. And I'm going to be doing a giveaway every single live stream. It's actually a ton of fun and you guys can sit and ask questions or do whatever. So definitely check that out. I'll have all the links. But all right, our busiest Falling Friday that we have had in like a year. I'm not even kidding. We had almost the maximum amount of pages open today. So we have the Destin Rivals booster box. Was at $645. Now $554, $572, and $530. Next, Chaos Rising booster box was at $272. Now we got sales at $210, $200, and a couple at $205. Next, Even Lost Origin booster box was at $825. Now last sold $699 with an acrylic case, $718, $750, $735, one high one at $785. Next, we have the Fusion Strike booster box was at $1,133. Now $950, $989, $975, and $987. And we got the Silver Tempest booster box was at $559. Now we got sales $545, $540, $529, and $509. And we got Phantasmal Flames. I did not put these in order. Got up to $463. Now last sold $439, $430, and $440. Next, we got the 151 UPC. This thing just keeps dropping. Was at $1,260. Now a couple sales at $499, but just ignore those. Rest are at $975, $959, and $960. Next, we got the Prismatic Evolutions ETB. This went back up to $196, but we didn't have too many sales at that price. We had most of them at like $180. But now $169, $167, and $162. Next, we have the Ascended Heroes ETB. Was at $191. Now we got sales at $179, $153, $159, $165. We got to see what we can get this one shipped for. Let's see, you got to check the second page. $168, shipping included from a pretty legit seller. Not the best rating, but not terrible. Next, we have Crown Zenith ETB. Got up to $350. Now $340, $349, and $335. Got one at $326. Then we got 16 of them at $350. So that one's just starting to drop. Next, Celebrations ETB. Got up to $498. Now $429, $439, $437, and $458. And we got the Chaos Rising Pokemon Center ETB was at $510 on pre-release. Dropped down to $197. Now $159, $149. And got one really low one at $130 and one high one at $183. Next, we have the Perfect Order Pokemon Center ETB was at $142. Now $119, $105, $122, $129. And even Ascended Heroes Pokemon Center ETB was at $523. Now $469, $459, $485, and $445. Next, we have the Prismatic Pokemon Center ETB. This was at $561. Dropped down to $530. Went back up to $585. And now, last sold $483, $485, $487, and $460. Next, we got some cards. We got the Ampharos Illustration Rare was at $30. Now, $9, $8, and $10. Next, we have the Xerneas from Chaos was at $29. We got sales now at $10 and $11. And even Mr. Mime from 151 was at $19. Now we got sales at $15 and $14. Got a couple at $17. A lot of cards from 151 are dropping. And the Meowth from Phantasmal is tanking. This card got up to $35. We got sales now at 18, 20, 26, 19, 20. Next, we have the Bulbasaur Box Topper. This was a $27 card. Now 23, 21, and 19. Next, we have the Team Rocket's Mimikyu. Was at 32. Now 27, 26, and 24, so just started dropping. But yeah, this is perfectly normal, especially with these illustrationers. A lot of these cards were just so expensive and so overpriced to where, you know, these are going to drop a decent amount for sure. Next, we have the Clefairy from Perfect Order, especially with these smaller sets. This was at 33, now 23, 24, and 25. Next, we have the Wiglet. This got up to 37, now 25, 29, and 26. Forgot to put this one in my Psyduck video that I just did. This one and the Chinese Pikachu, I forgot both of them. Next, we have the Ethan's Typhlosion, got up to 37, now 28, 29, and 30. Next, we have the Cleffa from Obsidian. This was at about $50. We got sales now 42 and 40. Next, the beautiful Ninetales from Obsidian was at 52. Now 42, 44, and 40. And we have the Ivysaur from 151, dropped like crazy, was at 60. Now 48, 52, 50, and 47. Next, Poliwhirl was at $64. Now 49, 54, and 52. Next, we have the Chansey from Twilight Masquerade, got all the way up to 65, dropped down to 59. Went back up a little bit. Now last sold 57, 59, and 55. Next, the Drowsy from Base was at 75. Now 61, 59, and 58. Next, we have the Misty Psyduck was at $83. Now we got sales at 70, 66, and 77 for a high, but most of them are at right about 69. And we have the Charmeleon, got up to 84. Now 72, 74, and 71. Next, Bulbasaur, like I said, 151, dropping like crazy, was at $97. Now we got sales at 78, 82, 81, and another one here at 77. Next, even the Psyduck from Ascended Heroes was at $115. Now that sold 83, 81, and 85. The Pikachu we got next from 151 was at $105. We got sales now at 92, 99, and 90. Got a damage for $29. That's not a terrible price, I guess. And we have the Squirtle from 151 was at 120. Now 95, 100, 94. And we have the Ghastly from Temporal Forces was at $121. Now 98, 99, and 105. And we've seen this exact same thing already happen. Like not even a year ago. All the illustrationers went absolutely crazy, and they all, you know, dropped in half. Next, we have the Charmander from 151 was at 130. Now we got sales at 105, 101, and 107. Next, the Squirtle from Stellar was at 132. Now last sold 123, 109, 102, 115. Then even the Bulbasaur got up to 139. Now 118, 120, and 117. Next, we got some SIRs. We got the Mega Dragology. This was at 115. Now 53, 46, 49. And the Terapagos from Stellar got all the way up to 80 somehow. Now 30, 46, and 42. Next, the Mega Starmie is dropping like crazy. Was at 85. Now, last sold 51, 52, and 55. And the Mega Hawlucha was at 77. Now 49, 55, 47. That one's dropping like crazy. And the Mega Clefable was at 80. Now 62, 64, 73. But yeah, actually be super careful right now buying cards because, like, let's say you're vending and your next show isn't for a month and you buy a ton of cards. A lot of them are going to drop in price over this next month. And if you guys are watching a card you guys want to buy for your personal collection, just keep watching it and you might be able to get it a little bit cheaper in a few more weeks or maybe a month. Next, we have the Mega Emboar was at 79. Now 63, 60, and 58. And we have the Mega Zygarde was at 102. Now 68, 63, and 65. Next, we have the Fezandipity. Such a beautiful card. Every time I see this card in person, I always, give it a double check. Was at 88. Now 64, 68, and 70. Next, the Alakazam from 151 was at 85. Now 65, 73, and 72. And the Venusaur dropped a lot. This was at 140. Now, let's see here, 109, 115, and 120. Next, we have the Meowth from Perfect Order. Was at 197. Now 150, 149, and a couple more at 148. Next, we have the Mega Greninja from Chaos. Was at 590. We got sales now at 271, 267, and 250. And we have the Charizard from 151. Was at $495. Now 408, 400, 399, 360. Next, the Team Rockets Mewtwo from Ascended. The Destin one still holding strong. Was at $505. Now 400, 407, and 413. We even got one or a couple at 400 flat. Next, we have the Pikachu. Was at 493. Now 421, 444, and 450. And we actually got some golds dropping for the first time in a while. Like, these cards have just held just such crazy value for the longest time. We have the Mega Zygarde. Was at 168. Now last sold 145, 138. And we have the Gold Mega Greninja. I know these ones just came out, but this is at 375. Now we got one at 195, 197, 222, and 213. And we have the Gold Mega Gardevoir. Was at 235. Now 180, 195. Got one at 213, 210. And we have the Gold Mega Dragonite. Was at 330 or 340 for the longest time. Now 286, 310, 280, 300, 299. One high one at 354, but this card does not sell very often. We get a sale every few days, if that. And we have the Gold Mega Charizard X from Phantasmal. Was at 382, dropped down to 340, back up to 365. And now last sold 325, 327, and those are our newest sales because the rest are in June. Next, we have the Gold Mega Charizard Y. Was at $670. Now 607, 603, 588, 579, 590, 599. All right, now we have a couple Mega Attack rares. We have the Mega Dragonite. Was at 64. Now 45, 48, and 47. Next, we have the Mega Gengar. Was at 100. Now 69, 63, and 65. And we're going to check on a few promos. We have the Mega Charizard X. This is from the XUPC. Was at 48. Now 39 and 38, 36. And we have the new Mega Evolution 30th Anniversary promos. This is Series 2, so we're going to run through some of these. Last sold for the Oshawott 13 and 15. For the Snivy, last sold 10 and 11. And for the Tepig, last sold 8 and 9. And we got the Grookey. Last sold for this one, 13. And the Score Bunny. Last sold for this one, 11 and 12. And for the Sobble, last sold for this one is 8 and 9. Now we got the Gen 2s. We got the Chikorita. This was all the way up to 26. Now 18 and 17. And we have the Cyndaquil. Got up to 35. Now last sold 24 and 25. And the Totodile with the Shiny Gyarados got up to 43. Now last sold 28 and 30. And last on the list, we have the Mew EX from the 151 UPC. Was at $88. Now last sold 73, 86. But most of them are all right around 72 to 75. And the Mewtwo promo is down like $2. But all right, that was this week's Pokemon Falling Friday. Make sure you guys download the Fanatics Select app. We'll be giving away a Riolu promo on this Sunday's video, 7 p.m. Central, for the Early Access Market Monday. And of course, if you guys like this content, want to stay ahead of the market, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. If you guys want to support more, check out my Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all that. You guys know what to do. You guys have the absolute best. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you guys want to watch my newest vending video, you can click the video above. Otherwise, if you want to watch any of my other vending videos, I have an entire playlist. You can also click above. But all right, we'll see you next time.